you're if you have like a Tesla or like you're watching off of someone's computer, like watching the show, and it's like not in full screen, my biggest pet peeve is if it's not in full screen, and I'm like, put it in full screen, and then my dad or my sister's like, it looks better like this, and then I'm like, no, put it in full screen, and they're like, well, full screen just it's zoomed out, and I'm like, yeah, I like it better, and then they're like, no. Have you ever like taken you take your towel to the beach, and when you get home, it's like super squeaky and sunscreeny, and it's like, I hate it. And then you try to squeak it, like you don't want to squeak it, you're like, no, I'm not pressing that, and it's like, you squeak it, and then you're like, wait, why did I do that? And then you just want to keep doing it, and so, also, like, if, you're in, like, let's just say, you're in the bathroom and you hate switching towels. You just want to do it for some reason, so it's really annoying. If you're, like, recording or something, and then, like, your parents walk downstairs and they're like, hi, and you're like, I'm recording, and then they're like, oh, sorry, but then they still make, like, so much noise, and I tell them to be quiet, and you're like, stop having that attitude at me. If you're at school, and, like, you are, like, I need to go to the bathroom, and then your teacher's like, you should have gone at lunch. And then you're like, well, I didn't need to go then. And then they're like, no, not right now. And I'm like, but I need to go. And then they're like, well, you have to wait for her to come back. And then I'm like, and then they're like, oh. And I'm like, oh, but I have to go to the bathroom. And then they're like, oh, but you're gonna, and I'm like, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna talk to them, and you're like, yes, and she's like, also, do you think we're gonna, like, call people? And I'm like, I asked, and it's, like, annoying, because, like, if you ask to get water or something, I mean, like, that's understandable, like, getting water in class is kind of, like, bad, because, like, you don't need water, I mean, you need water, like, if you're really dehydrated, but if you are in class, and then, like, you're in class or something, and you're like, I need to go to the bathroom, and you're like, not right now. It's like, when you need to go, you need to go. It's like, you have to let them go.